Have you ever been in a group setting? Do you feel like women treat light-skinned brothers different than they treat dark-skinned brothers?
Nah, man.
I'm gonna throw Mel in.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
what?
that shit was for you.
Yes. No, I'll never use
think
that
that-
as a crutch or be like, oh, I feel some type of way, but it's a reality. I mean, I've accepted it.
Do you think women treat light-skinned brothers and dark-skinned brothers different?
Initially, they're like, because I'll speak for myself, not all light-skinned men. I'm not gonna speak for no coalition, I'll speak for myself.
Right.
Like, initially, off the initial interaction, they think a certain way about me. Light skin with a beard from LA, they gonna think a certain way about me off rip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They think I'm this way. And 9 times out of 10, I get a lot of women that tell me like, oh, you don't act how I thought you act. Like, how did you thought I act? Like, you just know me from pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how I act. But I don't take it to heart. I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, all I could do is have you get to know me and educate you on like, okay, this is how I am, this is how da-da-da. But then some women they do be like, okay, well, you light skinned, da-da-da, da-da-da. They'll have those preconceived notions, but at the end of the day, that's not my problem. I can't.
This is hard, man, because I'm a dark-skinned brother with 2 light-skinned sons. I'm just like, damn. How I gotta deal with this shit? Like, God damn it.
But no, I done been out at a bar and I done heard a girl come to a homie that was light skinned like, you don't act light skinned. And I was like, he was like, damn, what that mean? What light skinned mean?
Yeah.
So I think that the stereotype, we've just amplified it over the time and it's become something that for me, it's shits and giggles. Like, I always do this. Like, my mom is light skinned. You know what I'm saying? I got cousins, so I always, with my cousins, I'm like, man, stop acting light skinned, man. Y'all light brights. I joke around and say shit like that.
Sure.
But to me, I think within our community, it's something that the stereotype has taken a life of its own, you know? But I feel like at the end of the day, it's all, to me, I think that, I get what you saying with preference, but I think it's just still like, I don't know, tomato, in the sense of like, that's what you like, that's what it is, you know?
I just feel like, you know, light-skinned people, we have certain stereotypes, and then dark-skinned people have the stereotype of being more aggressive and being violent and being this and being that. And I just don't like glorifying any stereotype. That's my thing. And it could be shits and giggles. It could be, you know, we could laugh about it, we could joke about it, but at the root of it, I don't think it's real funny because it's like, at the end of the day, we're glorifying these stereotypes that shouldn't be glorified. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not it's a stereotype. But I get why it's funny. I used to participate in the banter too.
Oh, listen, jokes will be had always. That's just going to get it. That's fine. But at the same time, I feel like there's, I think with knowledge, you know what I'm saying? I think as long as you're like, hey, I understand the gravity of this. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's like, it's always my opinion when you go to like, you know, the use of the N-word, right? I personally use the N-word. You know what I'm saying? That's something I do. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand the gravity of it, and we can have an intellectual conversation.
Right.
If you're totally ignorant about it, then I'm like, okay, this makes it a little bit different. So I think as long as you understand it, then we can sit back and I can call you my light-skinned brother, and I can mean it, okay? And you don't have to be like, well, Lamar, you know, you might be oppressing the dark-skinned brothers. Damn it, let the feelings be heard, okay? You are oppressing you, okay? You know what we need? You know what we need? We know what we need. We need to go ahead and bring in a female guest to just help us out. We want to pick her brain and see what she's talking about, all right? So right now we're gonna have Selorm Kploanyi coming on in. Yes, come on in here. All that gorgeous. All that matter. Yeah, come on in, bring it in.
Hello.
Oh,
This is a nice little setup.
yes. Selorm, you are from LA?
I'm from New Jersey, actually.
Jersey girl. I love it.
Yeah.
And you are a video producer at Buzzfeed?
I am.
And
Yep.
a musician.
And a musician.
All
Yep.
right,
Those are my
I love
2
it.
hustles.
I love it. So you've been sitting here, you've been hearing us talk about it. You've seen the infighting, okay?
Yep.
So I just want to get your opinion. You know, like let's talk to you. Do you see truth to some of these stereotypes? Have you had experiences with both? Do you have preferences? Like, what's your thoughts?
When I heard it, I was like so shocked. I was like, oh.
You're like, here it goes.
We going down.
Oh,
It's going down.
We going down.
Someone really said it, you know? And so, I don't know. I just feel like it is mad offensive. Like, I get the humor, because at first I was like laughing, because I was like, wow, somebody really said that.
Right.
But then I was like, ooh, that's based on so many other historical kind of things with like, dark-skinned men being thought of as more aggressive and dangerous, and like light-skinned men being thought of as like nicer in some sort of way, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and so that was like the first thing that clicked in my head. And as a black woman, as a dark-skinned woman, I feel like we kind of have those same kind of things in a different way, but like I think that I've kind of had in the back of my mind, like, people might think I'm aggressive, like even though I feel like I'm a very like sensitive, chill person, like people might think I'm aggressive without really even knowing me. So it's one of those things that kind of popped in my mind.
But do you feel like it's a preference or it's a stereotype? Because I feel like if we were out and you were like, oh well, I'm gravitating to this brother more than that brother. In your head, is like light skin, dark skin gonna go through your head, or you just gonna be like, that's just what I was attracted to?
When I so growing up, I started to become more aware of that. Like when I was like, am I like more attracted to like this type of black guy, light skin, dark skin, and like I don't know. I mean, I think for me, it kind of like I was kind of like becoming more aware of it when it was happening. But I don't know. I think I just kind of grew up to like everybody.
So you, so let me
But
ask you a
yeah,
question.
but I do think a lot of women though do have preferences. I do think that they do.
Preferences is fine.
Yeah.
But do you think, let's start right here.
Yeah.
With the men you've dealt with in your life, you think light-skinned dudes is most sensitive?
No, I don't.
Wow, look at that right there, Hat Man.
I don't.
All right.
Listen, the coalition has took a poll otherwise.
Black and sexy, baby.